desolate little creature? Why are you not of and in the galloping herd? Why is it that you stand out separately against the background of a gloomy sky? Why can you not enter into the lives and sympathies of other young creatures? There have been times when you strained every despairing nerve to do so, before you realized that these things were not for you, that the only sympathy for you was that of Mary MacLane, and the only things for you were those you could take yourself, not which were given to you. And your things are few, few, you starved, lean little mud-cat, you worn, youth-weary, obscure little genius. Oh, it is wearisome waiting for the devil. February 28th. Today, when I walked over my sand and barrenness, I felt infinite grief. Everything is beyond me. Nothing is mine. My single friendship shines brightly before me, and is fascinating, and always just out of reach. I want the love and sympathy of human beings, and I repel human beings. Yes, I repel human beings. There is something about me that faintly and finely and unmistakably repels. When my happiness comes, shall I be able to have it? Shall I ever have anything? This repellent power is not an outward quality. It is something that comes from deeply, deeply within. It is something that was there in the beginning. It is a thing from the original. There is no ridding myself of it. There is no ridding myself of it. There is no ridding myself of it. Oh, I am damned, damned! There is not one soul in the world to feel for me and with me, not one out of all the millions. No one can understand. No one. You are saying to yourself that I imagine this. What right have you to say so? You don't know anything about me. I know all about me. I have studied all the elements and phases in my life for years and years. I do not imagine anything. I am even fool enough to shut my eyes to some things until, inevitably, I know I must meet them. I am racked with the passions of youth, and I am young in years. Beyond that, I am mature, old. I am not a child in anything but my passions and my years. I feel and recognize everything thoroughly. I have not to imagine anything. My inner life is before my eyes. There is something about me that no one can understand. Can there ever be anyone to understand? Shall I not always walk my barren road alone? This follows me incessantly. It is burning like a smoldering fire every hour of my life. Oh, deep, black despair! How I suffer! How I suffer just in being alive! I feel infinite grief. Oh, infinite grief. March 2nd. Often in the early morning I leave my bed and get me dressed and go out into the gray dawn. There is something about the gray dawn that makes me wish the world would stop, that the sun would never more come up over the edge, that my life would go on and rest in the gray dawn. In the gray dawn every hard thing is hidden by a gray mantle of charity, and only the light, vague, caressing fancies are left. Sometimes I think I am a strange, strange creature, something not of earth, nor yet of heaven nor of hell. I think at times I am a little thing fallen on the earth by mistake, a thing thrown among foreign, unfitting elements, where there is nothing in touch with it, where life is a continual struggle, where every little door is closed, every why unanswered, and itself knows not where to lay its head. I feel a deadly certainty in some moments that the wild world contains not one moment of rest for me, that there will never be any rest, that my woman's soul will go on asking long, long centuries after my woman's body is laid in its grave. I felt this in the gray dawn this morning, but the gray charitable mantle softened it. Always I feel most acutely in the gray dawn, but always there is the thing to soften it. The gray atmosphere was charged, There was a tense electrical thrill in the cold, soft air. My nerves were keenly alive. But the gray curtain was mercifully there. I did not feel too much. How I wished the yellow, beautiful sun would never more come up over the edge to show me my nearer anguish. Stay with me, soft gray dawn, implored every one of my tiny lives. Let me forget. Let the vanity, the pain, the longing sink deep and vanish, all of it, and let me rest in the midst of the gray dawn. I heard music, the silent music of myriad voices that you hear when all is still. One of them came and whispered to me softly, "Don't suffer any more just now, little Mary MacLane. You suffer enough in the brightness of the sun and the blackness of the night. This is the gray dawn. Take a little rest." "Yes," I said, "I will take a little rest." And then a wild, swelling chorus of voices whispered in the stillness, "Rest, rest, rest, little Mary MacLane. Suffer in the brightness, suffer in the blackness. Your soul, your wooden heart, your woman's body. But now a little rest, a little rest." "A little rest," I said again, and straightway I began resting lest the sun should come too quickly over the edge. When I have heard in summer the wind in a forest of pines, blowing a wondrous symphony of purity and truth, my varied nature felt itself abashed, and there was a sinking in my wooden heart. The beauty of it ravished my senses, but it savored crushingly of the virtue that is far above and beyond me, and I felt a certain sore, despairing grief. But the gray dawn is in perfect sympathy. It is quite as beautiful as the wind in the pines, and its truth and purity are extremely gentle, and partly hidden under the gray curtain. Almost I can be a different Mary MacLane out in the gray dawn. Let me forget all the mingled agonies of my life. Let me walk in the midst of this soft grayness and drink of the waters of Lethe. The gray dawn is not paradise. It is not a happy valley. It is not a Garden of Eden. It is not a Vale of Cashmere. It is the gray dawn, soft, charitable, tender. The brilliant celestial yellow will come soon, it says. You will suffer then to your greatest extent, but now I am here, and so rest. And so in the gray dawn I was forgetting for a brief period. I was submerged for a little in Lethe, river of oblivion. If I had seen someone coming over the near horizon with happiness, I should have protested, "Wait, wait until the gray dawn has passed." The deep, deep blue of the summer sky stirs me to a half painful joy. The cool green of a swiftly flowing river fills my heart with unquiet longings. The red, red of the sunset sky convulses my entire being with passion. But the dear gray dawn brings me rest. Oh, the gray dawn is sweet, sweet. Could I not die for very love of it? The gray dawn can do no wrong. If those myriad voices suddenly had begun to sing a voluptuous, evil song of the so great evil that I could not understand, but that I could feel instantly, still the gray dawn would have been fine and sweet and beautiful. Always I admire Mary MacLane greatly, though sometimes in my admiration I feel a complete contempt for her. But in the gray dawn I love Mary MacLane tenderly and passionately. I seem to take on a strange, calm indifference to everything in the world but just Mary MacLane and the gray dawn. We two are identified with each other and joined together in shadowy vagueness from the rest of the world. As I walked over my sand and barrenness in the gray dawn, a poem ran continuously through my mind. It expressed to me in my gray condition An ideal life